Hi, thanks for practicing. Sometimes you're just so sick of yoga pants, you just want to do your practice in jeans, so no big deal. Let's start laying down on the back. Start on the back, and we're going to start in constructive rest pose, feet mat width distance apart, knees knock in to touch. And then inhale, take a big inhale, sweep the arms overhead and root through the feet, reach through the fingers, and exhale, come into cactus arms, resting the backs of the hands into the floor. And start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side, wringing out the tension in your hips, in your lower back, and that movement chains from the feet to the knees, to the hips, all the way up through the crown of the head. And then hug your knees in, gently come into full happy baby, reaching for the outside edges of the feet or the ankles. Open your elbows, lift your head, look towards your tail, and exhale out. Then cross either ankle on top and start to rock and roll on the spine. So rock and roll to get some momentum. Come all the way, eventually up, right up to sit. Lean forward, plant your palms, and then step right back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, lifting one heel at a time. Spread the fingers wide. I am recommending a little softness in the knees in your downward dog and opening your knees out over the second toe to find that length and broad quality of your lower back. Then stretch your right heel high, three-legged dog. Inhale, and as you exhale, roll slowly into a plank pose, lowering your right toes to the floor. Bring your knees down. With toes tucked, send your hips to the heels. Come right up into downward dog again. And then stretch your left heel high. Stretch that left heel high. Draw the right thigh bone back. And inhale and exhale, roll into plank, lowering the left toes, lifting the back of the head. Bring your knees down, send the hips to the heels, coming into active child's. And we're finding tented fingers. Lift the belly, slide your right foot forward right between the hands. Right knee is over the heel. Right toes are spread. Keep the back toes tucked. Sweep your arms overhead into crescent lunge. Draw your lower ribs in. Inhale, arch through your upper back. Looking up. Exhale, belly in. Release your hands to frame that front foot. Lift your left knee. Step right back into three-legged dog, lifting that right heel high. Roll into plank. Hug your elbows in. Lift the back of the head, touch your knees down, lower all the way down onto your belly. Take your feet flat, reach your arms around, activate your back body by rooting through the pelvis, lifting everything else up. Shalabhasana. Look forward. Inhale, reach the toes back, spread the chest. Exhale, lower down, palms under elbows, tuck your toes, send the hips back toward the heels. Tented fingers. Lift the belly, slide your left foot forward right between the hands. Left knee is over the heel. Sweep your arms overhead. Crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Keep drawing your lower ribs in. And inhale, feel the inner thighs scissor apart as you lift the chest, look up. Exhale, release your hands to frame the front foot. Lift your right knee, step right back into three-legged dog, swing that left heel high. And then roll into plank. Bring your knees down, come all the way down onto your belly, elbows in and in. Take your feet flat. Cobra pose, inhale. Spread the chest. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes. Gently press back. Downward dog for a couple of breaths. From downward dog, lift your heels high, come onto tiptoes. Keep lifting the sitting bones up. Slowly tiptoe forward right between the thumbs. When you get there, fold in Uttanasana. Bend your knees as much as you need to so the belly melts over the thighs. And then inhale, lift up halfway. Lengthen. And exhale, fold. Wrap your hands behind your calves. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Lift the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet. Drop the tail, slowly come on up. Take your hands to your hips. So we're going to shift our weight into the right foot. Lift your left knee, flex your left foot, then lightly step your left foot back into a short warrior one, right knee over the heel. Then lift the left knee up, and then step it back. Warrior one, little short warrior one. And then inhale, lift up, exhale, step back. So really nice core strength exercise there. Stepping back, and left knee lifts, and step it back. And one more, left knee lifts, step it back, find warrior one position, left toes pointing toward the front of your mat. Lean forward a little bit, look at your right foot, feel that right thigh bone, hug right into the hip socket, and swing your arms gently. Anchor through that outer left heel. And when the arms swing forward, reach the fingertips up, find warrior one. With the gaze straight ahead, nose over the navel. Spread the toes on both feet. Feel that left inner thigh spiral up into your body. And then interlace the fingers, press the palms right up away from the tail. Look up at the interlaced fingers. Inhale there. Exhale, press away. Release the hands to frame the front foot. Straighten that right leg all the way. Look at your right hip. Walk your hands forward as much as you can. And breathe. Let the left hip point roll down. Nice arch in the center of that left foot. And bend your right knee. Press through the right foot. Step right forward, right between your hands. Bend your knees. Drop the tail. Coming up into Utkatasana. Fierce pose. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Send the sitting bones back. And then turn to the right. Hook your elbow on the inside of your left inner thigh so that that elbow is right between your knees. And then drag the right sitting bone back as you resist that left elbow into the inner left thigh. Turn to the right. Right shoulder blade peels away from the ear. Keep resisting the hands together. And then inhale, come back to center. Reach up, look up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, and turn to the right. And take your right elbow on the inside of that right inner thigh and resist it. Wrap your right rib toward the left rib. Drag that left sitting bone back. And inhale there, then exhale, let's fold. Let the head go. Wrap your fingertips around your toes. Press your toes into your fingertips and hang your head. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, let it out. So calming on the nerves. Then press through the feet. Slowly come on up. Tailbone drops down. Hands on the hips. Knees are a little soft. Shift into your left foot. Peel your right foot off the ground and lift your right thigh. Right foot is flexed. Little balance challenge. Challenging the hip mobility, strength of the hips and core. Step your right foot back, short warrior one. So you anchor that right foot. Then lift your right knee up. Inhale, exhale, step it back. Short warrior one. Do it a couple times. Lift the right knee, step it back. Lift the right knee, step that outer edge of the foot back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it back. Find maybe a little bit of a wider stance between the heels. Keep dropping that left thigh. Lean forward. Peel that left thigh bone right into the hip socket as you look down at your left foot. Keep anchoring your right foot. Spread the toes on that left foot and start to swing the arms nice and loose. Strong legs. That right inner thigh spirals up into the body. Then drop the tail as you float the fingertips up and find that warrior one. Mindful we're not overarching the lower back. We're containing the lower ribs in toward the belly button. Nice long line from back of head right down through the tail. Interlace the awkward finger on top, press the palms up. Look up, inhale, press the palms up, away from the hips. Exhale, press the palms forward. Release your hands to frame that front foot. And then dragging that left sitting bone back, start to straighten the left leg without locking or hyperextending that knee. Keep the left knee a little soft. Right hip point wraps toward the floor. Peek at your left hip and breathe. Parsvottanasana. Really opening the back of that left leg from the heel right to the sitting bone. And then bend that left knee. Press through the left foot, step right forward. Take your hands onto imaginary back pockets or real ones if you had jeans on. Then root your hands down, drop the tail, start to slowly lift up. And take a little back bend. Rooting the hands right into the sacrum. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, come on back to neutral. We're going to step the feet a little wider apart, toes turned out. Start to drop down toward a squat. Bring your tail all the way down toward the floor. You might need to adjust your feet so that your toes aren't super splayed. And we're finding this malasana yogic squat. Here we are in our squat with the tailbone dropping down. Shoulder blades right on the back. If this is too intense for you, you can feel free to wait in a cross-legged seat where we're going to meet eventually. Now, if it feels okay, take your fingertips onto the ground. Use your upper arm from the shoulder to the elbow to press into the inner knee and enhance the opening of the inner thigh psoas as the fingers touch the floor. Look up, inhale, exhale, take the fingertips forward and drop your chin toward your chest. And then take your hands back behind you for support, intented fingers, and then touch your sitting bones down, cross either ankle on top. Take your hands right on your knees. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, we're going to turn left rib toward right rib. Take your right hand back around, tented fingers, or you can reach your hand around for a bind on top of that left thigh. And take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and turn, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale, belly. Exhale, carve the belly into the spine. Come on out to center. Take both hands on front of the shins. Scoop the tail, round. Then sit up really tall. Go ahead and cross your other ankle on top. And then we're going to start to turn from the lowest vertebrae. We start to slowly turn. And find your right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Left hand can come around or reach it around. Try to bind on top of that right thigh. And that helps you stretch out through the front of the pectoral and bring that left shoulder blade onto the back a little more. Lift the side waists. Inhale, belly. Exhale, carve the belly in, unwind back to center. Hands in front of the shins, round back. Belly pulls in toward the spine as you exhale. And then go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms up. Reach your arms right up alongside the ears. Start to squeeze your knees in, uncross. Feet on the floor, give a press. Flex your feet, zip your feet together, and start to slowly extend the legs out straight. And then pull the belly in as you reach for the toes. Paschimottanasana. And sitting up tall, thumbs up. Start to lower back. Back just a little bit. Pull the belly in. Then reach forward, reach up. Inhale. Exhale, draw back. Belly in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, belly in. This time, come all the way down and rest. And find that place on your back. You can inch yourself back on the mat. So we find ourselves on the back. And hug that right knee in toward the body. Give it a little squeeze. And bring your right foot on the ground. Press through the right foot. Hug your left knee in. Give it a squeeze. Release that left foot down. Arms alongside the body. Press through the feet. Lift the hips and pelvis up to your bridge pose. Interlace your fingers underneath if that feels okay. Root the arms down. Root the feet down. Hug the knees in a little bit. Inhale. Lift the chest toward the chin. Exhale, melt down slowly each little tiny joint of the spine, releasing one by one as you release the palms alongside the body and then melt your lower back into the floor. Then hug your knees in. We're going to curl into a ball, knees to chin, chin to knees. Take a big inhale, fill the back body. Then exhale, release everything out into Shavasana. Wag your toes in and out. Let the heels separate a little more. Palms facing up. Cleansing breath. Inhale, nose. Exhale, let it out. Let the floor cradle the back body and support you. Laying on the floor, allows all the muscles and joints to soften. And the more you're able to relax, the more the entire body and all the systems of the body are encouraged to return back to their natural, harmonious state. Take a couple circles with your lower jaw, and we're relaxing the eyes. And slowly bring your hands together, rub your hands together. Rest your hands right on your rib cage, right kind of on the solar plexus where the rib cage starts to come in toward the center and meeting toward your sternum. Offer some warmth there. Inviting compassion for wherever you're at today. Gratitude for anything at all. And then reach the arms overhead. Take a big stretch like you're hitting the restart button. Big full inhale. Exhale, gently draw the knees in toward the body and take your time to roll over onto your side for a moment and rest the head on the crook of the arm. Anything you want to release, let it go into the floor. And when you're ready, slowly press on up. And we're meeting together again in an upright seat. And cross your non-habitual ankle on top, balancing out the hips. Shoulder blades relax. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, press the hands down through Anjali Mudra. Gesture of gratitude. Thank you for practicing. Wishing you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and always trust on the journey. If you're still with me, please subscribe to my channel. I'm really enjoying sharing these videos, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.